Other things then for the gameplay news of WoW this week. Well, more reps will count towards your exalted meta achievements, which are Death's Advance, Archivist Codex, Venari, and the Avowed. Bit surprised those weren't there anyway, but whatever. Moving on. Renown level 60 this week. Get your Covenant Mog set. Here is the Kyrian one, which, I think the human male character is probably what that looks the worst on, because I think that would all look very cool, just not on a sort of super wide character model.
Yeah.
Here's our Necrolord one, looking nice in Warcraft 3. I like those vibes. Again, human male's probably the worst character to put this shit on, I think. Just the proportions look weird, but there you go. Some more mogs for your characters.
Oh, that looks.
And you know what? All of these look awful in a human male, but I think totally would look good in like a night elf female or. It's actually that thing with mogs. I find there are so many mogs that really only look good on they only look good in the female characters because their proportions are way more like actually human like. It's like there's some things where you put it on a big thick space marine boy, and it's like this and it just kind of looks goofy, but I don't know whatever it is, so I'd wonder
I noticed
how do you make stuff that works. I guess that's it. How do you make some shit that looks good on a Volpera, on a human male, on a Draenei, and a friggin' Tauren? Gotta be tricky.
Yeah, I guess you can't unless you individually, have, them look different and actually match up differently for the different sizes. Because it's the same. It's the same deal where if you put the same actual real life clothes on some small skinny person, and then put the same proportions on someone who's like gigantic, it just doesn't. You need to design them differently, but then that's a whole can of worms to open. Like,
yeah, it's that thing. Honestly, as much as I like the chunky WoW art style, bunch of the reasons why my main characters are, it's because I prefer how mogs scale. On female characters versus male ones. For some, like. Less like that for the warriors, where I want to double down on the big junkiness. Yeah. You definitely want your the tier Bulwark of Azelnoth tier. You want that to look as chunky as you can. Now for the people wondering how to get this mog, free at Renown level 60. Don't even have to buy Anima.
Just engage with the game.
Or buy it with Anima. So there you go.
Or if you wanted to be really cynical, stay subscribed.
Yeah. Yeah. Now next up, the TBC whistle has been changed. The whistle emote sound file has been changed from what was described as catcalling to something less suggestive, in line with how it sounds on retail servers, and this change is only in effect if you target another player. So there you go. Problem solved. Another societal problem solved. So bing bang, on to the next one.
We've done it.
Which is the Hall of Fame. And this certainly brings something up in Horde versus Alliance, because the Horde have filled their Hall of Fame, where 100 guilds have killed Sylvanas. Let's take a look at the Alliance one. Oh, no.
Sorry.
12. 12 Alliance guilds have killed Sylvanas.
That's more than I thought, actually.
On Mythic. And 100, at least, on Horde.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I mean, this is, I think, like the story of Blizzard, where they don't solve their problems in time.
Yes, problem for I understand has been going on for a long time.
Yeah, they don't make the changes that are necessary to get the solution, I was going to say societally, for fuck's sake, culturally. Well, I guess technically within World of Warcraft, we do play in a society. So within that World of Warcraft society, they need to have made all of those racial changes ages ago to keep the faction balance somewhere in the middle, but they just kind of scuffed it, and now now there's no one raiding on Alliance, and when they are, they have names like Copium. Yeah, that's the second one he killed is Copium from Frostmourne.
Rats,
I mean, even 4 of those are 4 Chinese, and there's a Taiwan as well. So there's, I imagine the difference is probably a little bit different on. I mean, that's half. It's not going to be the same on. Yeah, there's a lot less proportion.
Couldn't tell you, to be honest.
Yeah, but it's more the case of the faction balance is completely scuffed, and it's because they didn't care to make the changes they needed back in the day. To be fair, they needed to change faction balance in maybe like TBC or Wrath to stop this from happening now.
Probably, yeah.
But now if you want to play Alliance and Raid, no. Like, you're actually, you're handicapping yourself, basically.
Yeah, so
it's sad.
Interesting and unfortunate situation.
Yep.
But we're not all Mythic Raiders, so moving on. Not to devalue people's concerns, it's just,
Yeah, it's kind of, how to put this? I think it's more that they're very valid concerns, but there are just substantially more pressing concerns. That ends up pushing valid concerns a bit further down the list.
I mean, faction balance is a bit of a weird fucked thing. Nowhere near as bad on live modern.
Yeah.
Which to a lot of people is going to sound wild, but I hear it on TBC. It's just PvP servers are in a very funny position, let's just say.